Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 49 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. Just putting it right out there is the title. I love it, Anyways, hope you're all having a great day today. It's on the top of my mind this morning is being easily understandable in order to maximize your impact in the world. As I stated before, and there's nothing new under the sun, so I'm not the first person to come to this conclusion or anything. Sorry, the camera's shaking a little bit. Definitely not. Just a 35-year-old doofus. The reason we were told those very profound lessons by Jesus 2,000 years ago in parables was because parables, whether there's only a kernel of truth in it or the entire thing is like legitimately something that happened, we can glean from them those pieces of the story that resonate best with us and therefore have the most profound effect, the most profound lessons specifically tailored to each and every one of us, the unique individual that each and every one of us is. It is like a parable or a story is designed specifically to maximize the potency of your DNA. To that point, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of maximizing your understandability as a person and whatever lessons you're trying to give to other people, including yourself, actually, because you are your progeny. And in some way, shape, or form, you are your ancestors. That line, that lineage, having children, continuing it, is a way by which you can live indefinitely. Indefinitely does not necessarily mean forever. It just means that there's no definite stop. Okay? I did a little mathematical calculation that bears repeating a while back, that if you assume that the historical average of 54% of men end up having children throughout history, 54%. The other 46% don't have kids. Their lines die off. Then you can gerrymander the numbers how you want, but you take that. That means that, assuming that number stays the same, if you have 7 children, let's say 7 male children, just to simplify this, you will basically ensure that your lineage, barring outside influences, will last indefinitely. Again, barring outside influences. Perhaps there's an entity out there, like what happened with many of the kings in the Bible, that is specifically trying to destroy your line. And even if you have 70 kids, you still are going to have your line destroyed. That's an outside influence. But if you're just going to go based upon probabilities, then the number is 7. 7 male children. I think you could say roughly 7 children, period, because I'm pretty sure it's roughly the same percentage of women end up having children, thereabouts. So, you don't just want to make your story understandable as possible to resonate with others, but especially with yourself. Because who wants to see you survive more than you? Unless you want to end it all, and some people do, and I'm saddened by that fact, but some people do. And I'll tell all those people right here who are listening to me, perhaps, that y'all's lives are worth it. You're gonna make it. We all hit rough patches in our lives. Some of us know better than others what that actually entails. But you're gonna make it. Just keep going. If you feel you're at your wit's end, there are people out there that can help you. That'll tell you effective ways to get yourself out of that rut. But it'll get better. And that thing that I just said right there, especially to any children that I may have, I pray to God that I do. The same applies to you guys. Because for some reason, I know this with absolute certainty, but it's a personal experience. Our family tends to be a little bit more attacked than most. Okay? So, if I do have children, that may very well be a continuation of this. You'll get through it. The way the devil defeats you, the only way, is when you get demoralized, when you give up, when you internally say that life is not worth it. That is the only way the enemy wins. Sure, you can physically die, but then the enemy has no more pull over what happens to you. This is his realm to try to affect you, and it's his challenge to God, what he can do to you here. Spit in his face. The devil, spit in the devil's face. No matter what he throws at you, just smile and keep on going. Hell. What would I say? With the suffering, perhaps become even happier, more joyful. And you have reason to, because it gives you a greater black and white juxtaposition of what is good and what is bad, of what is good and what is evil. And that's going to piss him off even more. Your goal is not necessarily to focus on pissing off the devil, but that's what's de facto going to happen. Your goal is to give your progeny something worth living for, to give humanity inspiration and faith. Confide, confidence, with faith. I was watching Father Mike Schmidt talking about that yesterday. He's right. Of course he is. And we are all our brother's keeper. A bothersome quote, and this is why God was so angry with him, from Cain, is when he asked God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" There are even people today that would say that this is still a point of confusion. We are our brother's keeper. We need to take care of one another. If it turns out that we are a lonely island, a mote of dust, a singular point of life in the entirety of the universe, the multiverse perhaps, then how much more important it is to ensure that we make it through this. Stories make it easier to understand these critical lessons. And more than anything else, the most critical lesson you can get is that you matter. You do. You do. Anyways, That's all I got for you guys today. Love y'all.